Hey, this is Ed Parcaut. I'm one of the hosts here at Helping the Brave, and we have our other host, Amy Tiemeyer, and then two new hosts. You want to introduce them, Amy?
Yes, I would love to introduce. We have two Air Force hosts, which is super exciting. We have Minda.
I'm
and
so
me.
thrilled.
Thanks.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry.
Keep it serious, Ed. Oh my goodness.
I know. It's too much going on today to keep it too serious. So anyway, so Nate, I know Nate because he here in Modesto with me, and he was actually on 2 weeks ago?
No,
3 weeks
last week.
Well, last week. It just seems like forever, man. Jeez, look how quickly we're just grabbing people.
Absolutely.
All right, and then we have Minda, and Minda's coming from the East Coast, right?
Yes, I'm in Virginia.
And so it's 6:30 for her. So, it's a little bit different, which is nice to have people across the country as hosts so that we can make sure to get the times right.
Is that what it is? 3:30, 6:30?
It's super hard.
Yeah. So I know why. So the reason we had this is we want to introduce you to the people who watch this, the couple of them, and just so they know who the new hosts are, and come and find out why you wanted to be a host. Besides the fact that we asked you, of course, that big thing. But the reason I did this and came up with this little brainchild is when I got out, there was nothing for us to get information. It was very difficult to find out anything and get that information out there. And it's taken me a while to be able to get in a position where I want to really give back more to veterans because I am a vet. And I thought this was a good idea. Came up with the idea about a year ago with the name and everything else. And then finally found the people and we're putting it together. So that's why I got involved. Amy?
I got involved. I don't know what that is.
That's somebody's close your
all right. So email. I got involved because Ed asked me, but then I also feel like this is a great platform because there's silos. Like sometimes there's great people doing wonderful things and they're talking in the realm of Army, or they're talking in the realm of Navy, or even a veteran service organization. So everybody who's a part of that one particular veteran service organization knows what they're doing. But there isn't anything that's just across the board as much. And so I like the idea of just everybody coming in, regardless of almost anything, to help veterans and to communicate with one another. Nate?
I was going to say ladies first, but
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I'll be a gentleman.
I appreciate it, Ed. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much here for the same reason, although I'm feeling a little heat for the Air Force side of things, but it's okay.
Everybody looks there first. So,
I mean, hey, steak and potatoes. What can we say?
Yeah.
But yeah,
you watched her thing, right? That's the reason she went Air Force is they bought her steak dinner. Hey, everybody has standards. Some are lower than others. So
I mean, it was a hoagie or some steak. So I think I went with the better. Sorry, guys. You guys matter too.
Okay.
I'm here for pretty much the same reason, as everyone else, in the sense of wanting to be of assistance, helping people, helping veterans, with resources, just kind of sharing information, because there's a lot of wealth in this corner and there's a lot of wealth in that corner, but it's kind of like, how do we pool it all together so that, there's a central place that's relaxed and, kind of laid back. People don't feel intimidated when they try to go get information. We all hate having to make those crazy phone calls and like, I got to wait on hold, or I have to talk to someone, or I have to put on my business voice. This is like a wonderful platform to just get your questions answered, throw some information out there, spread awareness, all of that good stuff. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah, I think mine's about the same. When I think about why I do this, I remember back when Ed was talking about doing this from the get-go, I kind of was a little bit jealous because I was like, dude, that's an awesome idea. How do I get involved? And so I finally have the time to do it and give back, and that's amazing. And yes, the Air Force gets a lot a lot of slack because, everybody's jealous, and that's okay. Like, we would accept you if you could score high enough to get in. We just, we're on that level. It's different. So we love you all. But yeah, really, when I think back to my time, it was, transitioning fast and transitioning is hard, and it's hard for everybody. And I think we all have unique stories, and I think we can learn from each other and give back. And that's a huge amount of wealth when you put every branch together and you kind of take the best and learn from it. So
does that mean we're going to let Coast Guard on here too?
We're technically no longer in war, so that means we can they go back to Department of Transportation, right?
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the rule.
No, I mean, hey, I saw that one Coast Guard guy on that submarine trying to get in it for those drug people. That was amazing. So, however you serve, I don't care. You know what I mean? That we give each other a lot of, I can say it because it's a podcast, crap, because that's we served, and that's what we can do. We can do that to each other. We can do it to the other services. If you're outside, never been in, don't do it because we'll all kick your ass. So, and you should see Minda. She'll really kick your ass. You haven't seen her mad yet. Wait till she gets mad.
Oh no! Don't tell them yet, Ed. Let them watch the podcast first.
But hey, they're working on a new video for us. You guys want to see it real quick? See what you think. It needs I think it needs some changes to it, but I just thought if you're okay with that, you guys good with that?
Yeah.
Is that loud enough for you?
Yeah.
Turn your headphones down. All right. So my first thing is it's about transitioning out of the military and into civilian life. And I wanted to say it throughout that, not just out. I don't know about you guys. Any little extra?
I don't like the all in 30 minutes. I think it's okay, but I think because so many of ours goes over, I think it should say maybe
we'll try, but not necessarily. We'll do it 30 minutes.
We're not Domino's.
45 minutes or less.
No, I think the big thing is we talk a lot. And that all stems from what people listen to, right? We're not Joe Rogan. It takes him 3 hours to go through a podcast, but he's got people listen to it and watch it. Most people they watch something for 30 minutes, and that's pretty much what they do. And that's why when they put that on there, that's what they were thinking, the 30 minutes. So,
yeah, I agree, Ed. Actually, the 30-minute mark is pretty solid as far as if you're scrolling through. Like, I don't know if anyone's gone to like podcast like channels or pages, and you're scrolling through and you're trying to find. You find a particular channel, I'm going to watch something from here. And then you're looking down and you're like 2 hours and 40 minutes. You're like, maybe in my car on the way to work, back and tomorrow. But yeah, it's a lot easier to get everything kind of condensed in that 30-minute window. It's a lot easier for people to listen to it. And people like me who've had brain injuries, yeah, my short-term memory is a thing. So you got me for about 30 minutes and then that's it. But
all right.
I'm just thinking
about the transition.
You can go over. The issue is they ask how long can a podcast be? As long as it's interesting, that's fine. That goes as long as you can. We can go 35, we can go 40. It's just we're saying that we're going to try to do it in 30 minutes and get the information across. Nate?
Yeah, I like it. I didn't see anything I didn't like. Music's a little loud. Maybe turn it down a little bit. But other than that,
this is a sample. It's not even supposed to be put out there. But it was like Amy's like, "Aren't you going to show the video?"
Well, if you're not supposed to put it out there, don't put it out there, Ed. Come on.
Hey, I'm throwing it out there to ask people what they think. All right?
And I'm telling you, the music's too loud.
Well, turn your volume down. That's easy to fix. What I'm getting tired of is Comcast, man. It's throwing my signal down again. See, Amy's blurry for me. Yeah. That means Yeah. I tell you, time to get rid of them.
Blurry.
Keep talking. I'm not here.
Other than that, I like it. But I do think also transitioning, or is there a way that we could say like how we use our military service in life? It's transition stories, but it's also kind of like how we've continued to use it. Any ideas?
I'm sorry. Is it me or is it Amy?
Nope.
No, is
I
Amy
see
blurry
everybody
or
clear except for Amy. I think it's Amy.
Yeah, it's Amy then. I knew it was Amy. Thank goodness.
God. I was waiting to blame Amy, I tell you.
Well, what she does to me, yes. But, I will say this. She is the one that has everybody watching on her Facebook page. So all about it, Amy.
Oh.
Yeah, your internet's getting pretty bad.
Well, I'm doing my best.
Yeah. Were you in Louisiana? They have no power.
That's not nice.
Well, I know. All right. So what you do is you open up another window, throw in there, type test, and do a speed test, and sometimes it makes it faster. Anyway. So yeah. So for me, the transitioning out of the military into civilian life, or and my big thing is it's about not just that, but it's what we do after that and through the whole and I don't like the word civilian, but that's what it is, I guess. So that's what I need help on. So if anybody has any ideas, let me know. And that's even if you're watching this, you have ideas, send them to Amy.
Yeah, I'm sure we all have some buddies that are either still in, or gotten out that have some ideas as far as that goes. So yeah.
And then everybody doesn't know this, but Nate's dad works for the VA, so maybe you can get him on.
We can work on it. I sent him the video last week from our podcast.
Hey, don't talk over people there, Amy. Gosh.
Yeah, no, I sent it to him last week. He was really impressed with it. He thought it was super professional. So we'll see if we can't.
What video did you send him? Not ours, right?
Yeah, I was like, which one? Because that was
it was the video of us. I mean, he liked it. All that matters.
It's his son's on there.
Exactly. He's like, I have to be supportive.
Yeah. He's finally doing something.
Hey, he's Navy.
Yeah, I went over to my parents' house and they're like,
go ahead, Amy.
She said Navy. Sorry. I thought about it.
So I was going to say I went to my parents' house and my mom goes, I saw you on TV. And I'm like, really? When was I on TV? And she goes, I saw it. You and your friends were having a conversation. I said, was it on the TV or on the computer? And she's like, oh yeah, it was on the computer. And I said, that's my podcast. And so it was super funny. It was cute that my parents thought that the podcast was TV. But I would like to have my dad on sometime, but he would have to be standing right here because he's not going to understand the technology piece at all. But it could be fun because
as we can tell we can tell his daughter does too.
Well, my mom's Army, so
my son's Army.
She's been in the trenches of quite a few different professions. I feel like she was thrown into. So, she kind of gets the technology thing, but there's still a few things I'm like, Mom, no one does that anymore. No one uses that anymore. I'm like,
What's your mom? 40?
My mom she's actually
45.
Yeah, luckily. Maybe.
She'd probably kill me if I was she knew I was telling people.
Don't tell us, but you look too young to have old mom. So.
I mean, she's like 65.
Oh God, that's it. Done. Put her out the pasture.
No, she's actually she runs the streets more than me, so I can't say anything. She's busy. But yeah, helping people, that's what we do. So that's what she's a teacher. So there you go. She's helping America, teaching the kids.
But Nate, you were saying something about Navy. Your dad's in the Navy.
We would love to have
Oh
him
yeah,
on.
Dad. Yeah, Dad's retired Navy, so he always, when he retired, it was always funny because it was like, I made a promise when I was younger I would never join the military. That was like a joke around the house, and so my dad was like, "You kept the promise by joining the Air Force." So we still talk about it. We still laugh about it. It's just a family joke. Nate never really joined the military. Joined the Air Force. So
Well,
yeah,
just so you know, my dad was in the Air Force and my uncle's in the Air Force. So
yeah. We just can't follow in the footsteps. We have to, breathe our own trail. So,
and that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as you don't go in the Marine Corps. So.
Exactly.
I was Navy. I can say that. I dock for them. So anyway. All right. So what do you guys want to work on? So for me, my big thing is vets starting businesses, that kind of stuff. That's really, I want to help in that part from me. Is there any particular thing you guys want to focus on to bring to helping the brave? Minda?
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, Nate, what you got? But
he's a little bit slower. I know you had the actual injury. His is natural.
Oh
okay. No. Okay.
Okay. I actually want to focus more on like healthcare for veterans, because that's a thing that needs work in certain areas. I feel like we've come up quite a bit compared to the past, but I feel like there's always work that can be done. The way technology's moving, there's some things I feel like we can just kind of eliminate some of these issues altogether. So yeah, it's big for me.
Nate, what does your dad do?
He runs a VA hospital.
Hey, Nate.
Yeah. No, he's the executive director for the VA Regional Command out of Fresno. So, yeah.
We'll chat.
Yeah. Anytime you want, the number.
I mean, so Nate, what were you thinking?
For me, I think a lot of it is either building credit or rebuilding credit. I know a lot of active duty members come out with just a mess. And so using that expertise and my finance background and things like that to help them get where they are. You and I talk about it a lot with like the VA loans and things like that, but even commercial lending background, whatever they need as far as knowing what assistance is out there and then what programs and what are we really getting a good loan, or is it just, what people tell them is a good loan and helping them out through that process.
Very cool. So do I get to take the nonprofit sector?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. So I want everybody to be able to share about what they're doing and where they are in life, but definitely my passion is volunteering and being a part of our societal solutions.
I prefer to cause them.
I feel like Ed's frozen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we frozen or is she frozen?
We're all moving, Amy.
It's you, Amy. It's your connection
today. Am I not moving?
No, it's you. You have a bad connection today. The worst I've ever seen for you. So, yeah, I would I don't know, in the future, restart the router before you start. Just a thought. I have to do it here constantly lately. I did it this morning before my first one, so it's not my problem. Just because I got so upset. I did a live last week and I was so bad, me personally on my side, I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's it. So, yeah. But it's not you, Amy. It's just the technology. Well, the other thing you can do is you can always lower your camera.
I will say,
instead of the high res to a low resolution before resolution before you get in.
Is that how you say it, Ed?
No,
that's how the Navy says it.
It's too big of a word for me. My ASVAB wasn't that high.
Oh goodness. Can't relate, but okay. Go ahead.
It didn't matter how I said it. Amy couldn't understand it anyway, so that's why I was messing it up. She'd be going, all right, we're having too much fun. Anyway, we'll ask all our watchers. No, but so going forward, I mean, one of the people we had on, yeah, one of the people we had just had on recently, you know, they help vets start businesses and get, you know, funding and all that kind of stuff. And we want to have more of them on so that people can talk about their businesses and what they're trying to do and how they can get help. So that's really what I want to focus on, because that's what I want to do. So, but your idea about helping vets with their credit and all those financial things, that's a great thing to, you know, whatever you need help on to bring that, let me know.
Yeah, we'll do. Well, and I like Amy's, you know, I think when I look at my transition out and really getting back to feeling connected to who I was, the community involvement really helped with that. And, you know, that nonprofit world really kind of connects you to locally, but that connection is what you felt when you were on active duty, when you were serving your country and things like that. So I will give you kudos, Amy, and say that's huge for that transition process.
I thought we were talking about pay, because of our pay when we're on active duty.
The pay is pretty similar from what I hear.
That's funny. Thank you, Nate.
Yeah.
Not Ed.
That's okay. You actually got clear there for a second.
But I think it'll be. I also like that we have more hosts, so that when life happens, like I have, you know, something that I'm supporting on post, I'm not trying to, like, you know, scramble to get back to the office. I know that there are other people that can, you know, hold the fort down, kind of thing. That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
I look forward to all the different personalities and just bringing more to the table.
You want more of Ed's personality, or
We have them. I'm looking at them, so I don't want to hear it.
yeah.
Can't hide.
I agree. I think it's great to have just everyone with different areas of expertise, different things to bring to the table. Just, you know, there's a lot of ways that we can kind of, I think part of when you're in the military, you kind of feel limited because you're kind of like, you know, what I like to say, I say government property. So there's a lot of things you can't really do when you're in. But I think once you're out, there's so many ways to help other people, help other members, you know, similar to yourself, that you're like, oh, wow, I had no idea. There's like this whole different world. It's a new world for some, but it's a whole different world. But there's a lot you can do outside of yourself, you know, to help other people, just bring other people up, mentor some of the younger veterans and that sort of thing. So I think what you guys doing here is great. All of you.
All of us, not just you guys. You're part of it now. Sorry. You signed
and
on
I
the
also
line
think even the connections with businesses, you know, like Ed and I were talking about, we both ordered mutt sauce and what one was our favorite, and being able to share different things just to help one another. We have, you know, specific narratives that are kind of being fed to us through media. And this is our opportunity to work outside of those and to just care and love on each other nationwide, listen to each other nationwide, and share perspectives. And I think that's super powerful for no other reason than just allowing us different perspectives that aren't being paid for those perspectives.
That part.
True.
I'm sorry, what, man?
No, I was saying I agree. I absolutely agree. We're bombarded with paid promotions and commercials and all this crazy stuff. But I think it's good to just kind of hear from real people. And, you know, I mean, if I don't know that I would take Ed's recommendation.
I was waiting for that.
But if Nate or
That's just
Amy
rude.
said, hey, here's a sauce you should try, or something like that. I would definitely.
You know what's funny?
It's okay. I'll be in your seat one of these days. Yeah.
Right?
We just have to get you set up. You all will have the same
Power.
function. Even Amy has it, so watch out.
Yeah.
And she really uses it.
Well, I would too.
Just once in a while.
But yeah. So he's using his power, guys. So does anyone, just throwing it out here, have any particular maybe a cause or organization that they currently already support, or anything like that? I know we don't have much time, but I just...
You talking about military, or you talking about
whether it's like military or like organizations or health organization, anything that's close to you? I know we got some people I know Brandy supports, the cancer awareness and things like that. So anybody have like anything close to the heart that's like something they support?
I still support my kids. Is that close enough to my heart?
Or your wallet, Ed, or your wallet.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I'm in Rotary. Does that count? And we do a lot. I do help in a few golf tournaments, a few things like that for different functions, for stuff like that, for volunteer stuff around here. It's been hard the last 2 years with the way the rates have been, how crazy it's been. I've had no time at all. So, Nate, what do you do?
So,
besides Leadership Modesto, what else do you do?
Yeah, there is that.
We were both in it together. So.
Yeah, we talked about it last week. I am the president of a nonprofit. So I do, it's Food Initiative of Greater Stanislaus County. We're kind of like a food bank on the local level. We do some homeless intervention type stuff for both vets and non-vets, and do, basically, we also have a mobile farmers market, which is a unique experience because we get free produce from the local farmers, take it directly to the people in need that have, families that can't necessarily afford to buy good produce. We give it to them for free. So it's super, super cool to be able to do that and to offer that to our community.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So I do a lot.
Don't ask Amy. We'll be here for hours.
How much time do we have? Yeah.
Well, today I only did 4 hours of it today.
So I do love to volunteer. I do. But my favorite.
That is your job.
Ed is. We have to put Ed in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm doing a lot of volunteering with the Travis Manion Foundation, and that works with pairs veterans with inner city kids or kind of kids across the U.S. And we've done, and it's mentoring. What I like about the organization the most is that they mentor the veterans first, and then the veterans work with kids. And it's character does matter, and if not me, then who? And so we do a lot of curriculum that is it's more advanced, more high schooly. And we've been doing a lot of backpack giveaways and different things like that. And then I do Operation Ward 57, which was the amputee ward at Walter Reed. And it works with the wounded, ill, and injured, both active and veteran population. And then AUSA. Those are my three top. I won't go farther.
Amy's on a roll.
Those are the top three.
But that's great.
Do we have to ask, or are you just going to throw it out there?
Minda. Yes, Minda.
You asked the question, you didn't answer it.
I did ask the question. Actually, yeah. So I've been pretty much working to spread awareness through like several organizations. I know there's a TAF walk coming up. So there's they have an aneurysm AVM foundation. They have, there's the Brain Aneurysm Foundation. There is, I know, I don't want to mispronounce her name, but I know I have her information on my Instagram. A friend of mine, Rita, she's doing a walk also for awareness for brain aneurysms and AVMs, where in like the minority communities and like underprivileged communities. I obviously, it's close to the heart because of brain aneurysm awareness. And that's actually coming up in, I think September and October. They run concurrent with those awareness months. And it's, like I said, close to the heart because I've been there. I've been the patient, I've been the veteran, I've been the, like kind of all the above. So I can kind of relate to people in those groups. So it's really nice to talk to people, other survivors, other veterans, people that don't know kind of what to do, and you're able to kind of direct them in the right, direction and partner them with some organizations that are really, really helpful. And a lot of people that are just willing to give back, when you have, a lot of times brain aneurysms, strokes, all these things kind of run together. So, the effects of them are very similar. You have people that are out of work or can't work in the industry they used to work in. So it's really nice to tell people my story a little bit, because to see that like there's avenues the VA, has that you can go through that will help you through a lot of these life-changing situations. So now I'm actually in school. I just changed my major, and my major is now public health. So we're helping out here. We're doing what we got to do. But yeah.
Well, congratulations for changing your major.
Thank you. It's like the 5th time, but it's okay. We've narrowed it down.
Yeah, but first one was basket weaving. I'm just glad you got away from that one.
Well, I was gonna make glass, but that didn't work out too well.
You kept hitting your head against it.
Not too coordinated with it, so no.
Anyway, all right. It was really nice getting to know the hosts. I mean, and we have one more, right? And we'll get them on Thursday. But we also have a guest coming on Thursday. I'll put that post out tomorrow. And just so you know, and we can talk about this offline, but please go out and get us more guests too. Anything, Amy? You want to take us out? Or you want me to do it?
No, if you're watching us on nothing else, I should say. But if you're watching us on YouTube, please hit subscribe. And you can follow us on Facebook, on YouTube, and LinkedIn, anywhere. And definitely reach out to us if you want to be on our podcast. That would be wonderful. And thank you, everybody, for your time.
Thanks, Amy. Anyway, and just so you know, if you guys want to send us any information, you can hit us through email at info@helpingthebrave.com. You can also get us on Instagram. You can message us through there because we're on there also. And thank you, Amy. Thanks for all you do. I know you give you a hard time. Minda, thanks for being here. Nate, thanks for joining. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Ed.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.